Again, I think they're going to come into this qualifier impressive. And, you know, talking a little bit about history, it's a really cool opportunity right now. I mean, we know quite a bit about what ShindeN is bringing to the table right now, just watching their growth throughout last year underneath the La Rugineta banner, and then now stepping in with pretty much the same core that they once played out with.
Yeah.
Looking to battle back into the space here and pull off some more incredible upsets like they did last year.
Yeah, a lot of their players got on the radar because this La Rugineta team, organizationalists, were able to push Imperial to the limit and beat MIBR in an absolutely insane tournament back in South America. But now that core has reunited here as Tommy Ed on the hold, though, instantly dispatches of BK1. Strafe out, though, for Naz, while Ferguti able to handle the fight onto Abyss. It's a 2 versus 4, but Naz still playing Joker here and does take another. Still can provide even more chaos into the back lines, approaching the murder hole. In the meantime, it's Nacho who kind of has to make the next move here. Does he have a kill in him? He gets a body shot onto next.
Hey, it's time to work with right now, but again, it's about unifying this effort and getting into the site, recovering that bomb, and trying to get it planted as well. And that's being delayed out for so long. Enough time being bought, but another kill coming through from Nacho. Puts it all in the back of Naz right now in the 1v2 and can't make it happen. Tommy Ed able to put the rest down right there for a 4K, closing out the round.
Yeah, it was a goose through the wall there for Naz, critically. Doesn't get it quite across the line. A decent effort in the 2 versus 4. Even Nacho gets his in the mix. And we see an instant turnaround here for ShindeN, as we are going to go on the force buy. We are not on the new patch, I should also add. Obviously, just last night, a massive update. They said it was Season 2, Episode 1, because Valve never count to 3. But yes, it is Season 3. We've got a new map. And some new updates here, as Max Score is going to get to cutting down all of ShindeN, just wide swing in middle.
Yeah, very well handled. This is a full force buy that's getting shut out right now. Shutting down those Galils, making sure they don't get as much impact, and more dry fights rolling out towards middle. Eventually, they do land a single kill here, hoping for another, but the Tech 9 can't get the gun at range. Dusty Roots should be able to mop this one up. As swinging in blind right there. Will be captured. And Dusty Roots off to a fantastic start. Yeah, we have some exciting, you know, changes right now heading into the season that maybe aren't in effect right now for this closed qualifier, but will be come the time that Pro League rolls around. In fact, it will be in a couple of weeks when IM Cologne comes up. But exciting changes, man. I just love the idea of the map pool changing in the off season. First big event rolls around, and it's going to be featuring that map pool change. So it's kind of everything, you know, us esports fans have been asking for so long.
A little A-site pop. We'll get back into the map pool discussion, because I think it's an interesting time to be alive. This Fraguzi just playing off of his teammates here. It's a clean mop up for the Dusty Roots. It's the first time. I think this map pool change is very different, because this is the first time, or like more recently, I guess. I mean, it happened back in the day, but a map that we are all 100% familiar with is coming back into the map pool. You know, we've had Ancient toss in the pool, we've had Anubis toss in the pool, we've had kind of like the reworked Vertigo return to action as well, right? And now, you know, we've played Overpass for like a decade. It's not like this is some mystery. The map hasn't changed at all. So it'll just be a flat-out update instead of just like, ooh, it's a meta arms race again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point too, right? You're going to see teams that were maybe once good on that map get a big elevation. Some teams that were good on Anubis maybe entering into some more struggles.
This is a nifty play. Fake B-side execute. They're walking up through the underpass with the boost up for RZK. He backs away, but Next doesn't. Set into a backflip there by the side of Nacho, who will Try to jiggle peek his way in a window, but has to tussle with an MP9. It's a beast, though, on the lurk. A nade has not been seen. Nails that headshot. Beautiful shooting from ShindeN. They're into the A site.
Yeah, but it's contact effectively. MaxScore still close by in range of this retake here. But getting met by constant utility, can't make strides into the site. That's going to lead to his fallback right now. Shouldn't be too much of a cutoff effort here coming through from ShindeN, but enough done with the quick trades on the catwalk and scaling in effectively. Nacho even cuts off MaxScore on the fadeaway. And the single opening kill from RZK. It will go in the way of ShindeN despite that fact here. And able to crunch it on that A side so effectively. I mean, pressuring constantly throughout the map. Now RZK in the danger of losing out this weapon. He's going to have to fight for his life, and they're hunting him down. He's low HP, deep down early in this. And is going to fall to Nacho at the end of the day. 4 kills coming through from Nacho here, who, again, is a little bit unfamiliar with this old chord, but is joining into this roster. And already able to hit some strides.
Yeah, kind of joined in as a bit of an upgrade. You know, a couple of their players had been poached away. Even though I did like Roy on this team, you know, sometimes something's got to change. Relentless also definitely, even though he was in-game leading somewhat and playing some of the tougher positions, Nacho has stepped into the role, and it's definitely been the improvement ShindeN have been looking for. You know, this team, you might not have heard a lot about them, but, you know, they've been making strides, improvements, and they can definitely hang in the ring with some of the best Brazilian teams. That is for sure.
Absolutely. Been able to prove that in the past. You're looking to do it again. Nacho threads in an opening pick. Instant onto next. And continues to find openings for ShindeN when things are slowing down. Collapse goes in through middle, though, and TommyJet in the flames is able to capture some kills. RZK flying up as well. Puts a biz in the 1v2. And he's so far removed from the situation.
I think MaxScore just took a pot shot through the smoke. If not, the smoke might have been broken. That's what gets the kill, but that's a massive mistake. Right there. A biz in a viable clutch, but MaxScore is also making the read in a biz. There's no way he's going to expect MaxScore here. Shift walks into the off. And that clutch goes nowhere. The mid collapse there from Dust2 Round was pristine.
I mean, it just requires a little bit of buy-in right there. Even despite the molly being effective, running in the fight, making sure to collapse with his whole team is TommyJet. And ends up providing some extra coverage. Gets 2 kills off the back of that molly and then escapes. And that still leads to some more success rolling up catwalk and for MaxScore's AWP. And requires a full trust here as the round lifts off some smoke spam, landing on the Nacho, but he's still just flying through this round. And as you can see, this is a reason as to why they need a player like this. He is being so aggressive on these opening moves here.
He's taken so much space in one fell swoop. Already in ladder. Can already threaten the B site, stop players from re-clearing mid effectively, can threaten window. Such an impactful early round position. And in the meantime, they try to respond with a push into the palace. The nade, though. Cover does not find a biz. Can't run away. In the meantime, though, it's still going to be this A site split. Naz gets that opener onto Ferguzzi, and that leaves the A site completely open. Top connector, smoke, molly to jungle, and what should be an easy plant.
Yeah, and then you get to combine that with Nacho still being in a very surprising position. If any rush is coming through, MaxScore popping some shots through the smoke there. Might not anticipate Nacho so close by.
Yeah, Nacho gonna wait a couple seconds before he starts the hunt. Doesn't want to actually give them the way in. Time to back away. I mean, you can look at the Counter-Strike that ShindeN play, and it's some quality stuff. You know, they really do work well together as a team. They call around the map well. That's why, I mean, I've loved seeing their gameplay, even against, you some of the top dogs, even when they did pull off some of those upsets here in this region all those months ago.
It's well coordinated. They take space effectively. I think anytime you can get in towards ladder with 1:30 on the clock, you're going to be immediately set in the position of advantage, and holding your default and requiring Dusty Roots to take some space back and kind of reading into that positionally is so impressive. Jeez, Axcore trying to get a look in. Holding for the smoke push there towards top of middle, but just met by some utility and just kind of effective denial of any information going in the way of Dusty Roots.
You smoke a window. And a boost to follow with nobody watching it. Naz is going to make the move fast with BK1 finding that kill on the Tommy Ed 2. Makes life absolutely hell. Next is going to go down. Naz just ran through the whole B site, found the double. Nacho catches a glimpse and gets a headshot. Right there for Guti. It's RZK here on the A site. It is an absolutely flawless round with RZK also getting spammed through the smoke to make life even worse. He's not surviving this round despite this first kill. And ShindeN shooting hard, playing well. 3 rounds for them.
Yeah, I mean, again, boosting Naz up and towards Widow. It's 1:15 on the clock there when they take that space. With the follow-up utility, it's so decisive. And you can see the way that they work off of each other so effectively. Flying into these duels, getting themselves established. When they have the utility to take that ground there, it becomes a very difficult round to recover. And then the entries start to flow through as well. And when BK1 is able to find some impact when he's lurking kind of solo towards connector, that's going to create so much disruption, cause a lot of attention away from Naz. He just walks through market and destroys the round.
I mean, that was the insta read there. It's like, hey, we're just going to go for that play against this team. That gap's going to be available. There's, there's anti-stratting, even at this level of Counter-Strike. A lot of people could be, chirping about it. It's like, oh, we're down in the EPL close qualifier. But even then, it's, these two teams play against each other quite frequently as well. Obviously, as like Argentinian Counter-Strike stays, shoulder to shoulder here in their space. Bestia is not too far away from these two teams. Even ShindeN recently playing against Bestia and taking a map off of them. So there's definitely the possibility for some mind games between these two.
That was another kind of exciting part, is that we did see a lot of the effort when we look at some of the upsets that this old ShindeN core was able to cause. I think we give a lot of credit just knowing a little bit more about the details of the coaching on this team and knowing how much work that does get put through from Rugo. I think now with the organization backing and all of that as well, you have even more availability to get some work. And when you enter into any of these closed qualifiers, you obviously have a little bit of time to kind of prepare for what you're playing up against. So
yeah,
I'm right there with you. I think we're seeing a little bit of anticipation here from ShindeN and the reads and how they manipulate this defense, the availability of map control that they're able to capture through middle.
Mm-hmm. Like they've got good set plays. Like Rugo. So the coach of ShindeN, Rugo, was formerly the coach of 9Z Academy. So he was in charge of scouting all the Argentinian talent for 9Z. And maybe some Uruguayans as well. Down in the mix. So he's in charge of kind of building the future of 9Z, and he was the reason Buddha, who isn't on the team anymore, but definitely spent, what I believe, 2 years on the squad at that point, and saw all the success, was definitely scouted by Rugo on his time there.
Yeah, I mean, it's already pretty rare to get academy move ups when it's in the South American scene. A lot of those academy move ups feel a little bit hasty, and it feels like it's kind of setting up for failure in a certain sense. That wasn't necessarily the case for Buddha. It did look like when he hopped into the action, they were still able to succeed with him on the squad. So
Yeah.
Also getting your players ready for high-level play is obviously a huge challenge.
Yep, and I should also add, Hwaso Peak also played underneath Rugo's tenure as well. So that's just some of his work that has come and boiled to the top of even Counter-Strike in general. Obviously, 9Z had an incredible year last year with semifinals at IEM Dallas, of course. So, like, big time stuff for our fella in Rugo. Obviously, like his prospects did make it to the top of Counter-Strike, and so he's hoping to bring up this next set of players as well, in the form of ShindeN. They're a good team, but haven't been quite able to like break the upper crust of South American Counter-Strike. They haven't been able to really punch up. But now with the VRS system, and now with these closed qualifiers, it's I mean, it's certainly possible that ShindeN with one good run is all it takes to make it to a huge tournament.
Absolutely. I think that's what's so important right now is just making a good run here in this qualifier alone would already boost you up in the VRS. If you're able to, get a couple of upset wins for either one of these teams, because both of these squads are kind of down a little bit in the VRS and looking to climb.
Yep.
This is your big opportunity to do just that here. It's a chance to rise the ladder here in, at least in the Tier 2 space, start to get more invites to, some Tier 2 South American tournaments. And then that's where you can start to enter the conversation of being able to play up against the best in South America consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, one of these two teams here going to get knocked out here first, and that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. But that's why it's so important heading into this matchup to be able to prove it here in this opening series.
I mean, the winner plays Legacy, but look, Legacy have proven everything on LAN, and were definitively a momentum-based team. They played with just sheer emotion. And when you go back to the online setting, obviously it's a little bit of a sore spot. I'm going to punch here, but that's where Legacy did not qualify for the major, right? That's where they stumbled and fell. Even though they were one of the favorites to qualify out of South America, they didn't do it. They didn't play with the same level of confidence, and they lost to teams regionally. Obviously, the performance at the major was just simply incredible from them. But that's where I think one of these two teams could potentially give them a little run for their money. We'll have to see. Honestly, it's kind of a test for Legacy. They might be one of the top-ranked teams in the world now because of their run at the major. I actually want to scout their VRS ranking really quickly. Yeah, Legacy now in the top 20. But obviously, when it comes back to online, will they fall back down to earth?
Yeah, I mean it's obviously like a really exciting position for Legacy to be in, but it is a challenge here and keeping that ranking when you go back, and especially I feel like Legacy, who have been putting so much work during this season, have to land on their feet off the back of some time off, a little bit of time to let what they did at the major sink in. So, I mean, I don't think they're a team that's going to be taking a lot of time off. I'm sure that they're eager to get back into the server, especially if it comes down to something as important as to getting back to LAN environments, getting back to that level of competition for an event like, you know, ESL Pro League, where there's just so much opportunity to play up against some of the best teams. And if you were already able to do that at the major, they're going to be looking at this qualifier as their best opportunity to continue to convince people that they deserve a spot at the top.
Abiz, you can stop. You can. Oh my god.
Abiz.
You can stop.
He's just scroll wheeling.
Oh my goodness.
There's some player in NA that like you can't like observe at the start of a round because he constantly just spams scroll wheel. Like he has one of those scroll wheels that like you can just flick and it
infinite spin.
Yeah. I can't remember who it is though, but I've heard from like people that observe like frag and stuff that he's a nightmare to deal with.
Oh, now next goes Max Core.
Oh.
And RZK. Oh boy. Oh no. We are in a technical pause for those who are just joining, by the way. And just talking about the state of South American Counter-Strike and the possibilities of this whole tournament as well. Obviously, Legacy are the big favorites. Is there any team in this tournament that, like, could challenge them, though? Like, I mean, again, it's online, so I think that, like, anything is possible.
Yeah, I think, you know, so far from what I've seen out of Imperial is that some of their roster moves have landed a little bit of comfort and they've been able to surprise. I think Red Canids have made some really good roster moves in the offseason. I think finally, after so long of making wrong decisions, you know, getting players that have the legacy and the tenure, but they don't quite have the role fits that this team needed. You know, finally, I think they've made some smart decisions. Whenever you're able to get a player off the back of a Pain bench, I think you're immediately going to get better as a roster, because the only problem with like Pain players is maybe that their skill doesn't fully translate into the top levels of Counter-Strike, but when they go down to South American Tier 2, they usually are really good. So that's kind of the case with Cowiz right now, who's been dominating effectively and you know, he's aggressive enough. He's you know, the exact right fit for a team like Red Canids. So for the first time in a long time, I can say, man, good work on Red Canids finally trying to actually build a roster. Not necessarily off of name value, but also just off the back of like necessary role fits.
Yeah. And I mean, for Imperial, they're adding back in Cello and bringing on SHR, and these are players who, you know, do play in just tier 1 tournaments. They are like tier 1 players, whether you look at their stats or not. They play at the highest level, and now they come back to South America and they're just in the stomping grounds, right? That's the biggest thing. All these Brazilian teams are arms racing each other to try and qualify for the best events, and for the top events. And at the end of the day, for a lot of these South American teams, though, that kind of creates I guess an unhealthy environment where all you're trying to do is just beat your regional rivals, as opposed to focusing on beating the best teams in the world, right? So we'll see if Imperial's roster moves do translate, and maybe it can unlock Cello again, because we know, like, a lot of people who started watching 2024 and they look at Cello, it's like, this guy's the worst I've ever seen. You know, this .995 rating anchor. Oh my god, 2022 Imperial Cello was a different beast.
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, he had some moments where he was, you know, in Fury. I think that showed his peak, and those moments were maybe few and far between. But I mean, again, it's the case of, I think, more opportunities to play in a level of comfort here that, you know, he's more maybe balanced in right now, and could make more sense at getting established. But good news. It seems like our tech pause has expired. And we're ready to
Holy.
hop into the action.
Cole,
We've done
we
it.
did it. We talked through 10 minutes. That's like an achievement as casters, you know? Tech pauses are like our greatest challenge, all right? Like, we as commentators, like, we need stuff to talk about, you know? And being able to make our own stuff to talk about is its own little badge of honor. So, for the viewers at home, if you think we did a good job, you can give us a "your did it" star, and we're all good to go. We got our gold star, Cole.
Woohoo. Fortunately, there's a lot to talk about right now in the CS space.
I mean, yeah, it's... Oh, peace out. But yeah, I know, like, Counter-Strike is... I mean, Counter-Strike has been popping lately, honestly. I feel like it's kind of... It's making its way back into the mainstream again.
Yeah, Nade Shot's streaming it again, so we're hip. You know?
I mean, that's literally it, Cole, yes. Tim the Tap Man streaming Counter-Strike. Yep, we're so back, fellas. Tens on Counter-Strike. Sentinels coming to North America.
We finally made it again.
Dead
This
game
is-
who?
Maybe it's every 10 years the cycle has to repeat right there. I wonder what 2006 Counter-Strike was like. But, you know, 2026 CS is going to be peak.
We're gonna be back on American national television.
Yeah. That's going to revive.
We got RZK pushing up middle. Ooh, but the molly in mid. Oh my goodness, it nearly claims 2 players. The AG from Nacho is excellent. And ShindeN know a thing or two about mid control. How about a B-pop 2?
Oh my
Biz
God.
vaporizes next. Tommy Ed gets picked, and the round's over.
I mean, already you lose your B anchors instantly, and your rotated players are going to try and make it happen with nothing. With no utility and no health. And that's ShindeN not only denying space towards middle with such little resources, because look how many players were ready to execute B. They throw counter utility to deny info, and then decisively off the back of feeling that pressure towards middle, execute in towards B. They do it with conviction. And ShindeN gonna completely overwhelm Dusty Roots in this round.
I mean, it all started with that mid control too. That was just so nice. The molly, bottom mid, and Nacho pushing and pulling with the CTs, maintaining space.
Terrorists win.
That's some stuff you really like to see. Again, ShindeN, this is why we've been fanboying a bit, but again, they play quality CS for the caliber that, you know, they're playing against, right? We expect something a bit sloppier, but they've got set strats. They play clean CS and are a team that can challenge the top dogs here in the region.
I think that's one of the biggest benefits right now is that they do have the set pieces, the level of execution required to challenge some of the better rosters as well.
Double push apps. This is a bit of a surprise. Naz is going to resurface. Does he have a headshot in him?
Ooh, BK1 joining up again as well. Making a little bit of noise on the fadeaway, but Naz, as he runs away, might encourage some further space. There's going to be a flashbang sent RZK's way just to feign some presence. But not feeling a lot of pressure off the back of that flashbang. He's going to continue to press the issue.
They're going to stack the A site. A push in. Is he going to go TV or underpass here? What's the question? Seems like the TV room as players start to saturate the site, but still, they're getting closed in upon from multiple angles. It doesn't matter how many players you have, because look at the lurks that are happening, the shots that are being hit. IVZ connects another. And Tommy Ed getting closed in upon. All the players just chewed through. It's RZK on the flank. I mean, it's his own teammate Smoke. Plant in the open, though. Not denied!
Oh.
And Naz, 180s. And ShindeN bulldoze everyone.
They walk into the stack and they get away with it. They're rewarded with the fact that they just find the entries. IVZ able to cover his teammates with the AWP as they scale into the site. Enough utility and positioning to capitalize. There's just such a small window of opportunity to claim that control. And if maybe the flank went underpass, it would have looked a little more successful for Dusty Roots, but that long flank doesn't really pan out because of how decisive ShindeN are on the execution. And despite all the information, Dusty Roots knowing where the play is going to come through, they just can't deal with the amount of utility and presence that ShindeN are bringing to the table right now.
It was just the pistol round shenanigans, but we're clearly seeing more quality team here. Even a nice lineup for the molly that burns everything out.
Smoke for connector there. I mean, right now, obvious signs to scale up the catwalk. Max Core gonna look to spam the smoke, but he's gonna get met by Naz trying to punish that idea.
Smoke spam. Yeah, Naz could be a powerful lurk, but as they find all the kills anyways, Tommyhead is screwed. Dealt with. Naz gets dinked quickly, though. That leaves Max Score to try and save for the last round of the half. Just Dusty Roots looking strong early. They were swinging with confidence, even denying a 1v1 clutch from the side of a Biz. But ever since we've been playing the chess game of Counter-Strike, ShindeN have been chess masters. This is nifty as well. They've even got an insta-cross smoke from the spawn.
I'm gonna try a bit of a change up here. We haven't seen a lot of very quick A plays, but they're ready to execute on in with their mid lurk, and Max Core just looks right over the head of Nacho. Still traded out, but this leaves the A side very vulnerable here. Ooh. Coverage coming through from connector.
Yeah, a bit of a problem, but the wall bangs plus the grenade is good enough. HE off the mark in the smoke, does not get the visual. And Tommy had nothing to do. Bomb to be planted here at the default box. They need to take the spawn control, and Naz nails the shot. He gets both. Naz getting swung by two players, two targets. Bullseye for both. RZK seen, double swung, and done. Quad kill for Naz on his big return back to Rugo's troops. It's 8-4 for ShindeN. And ShindeN coming through and playing with quality, with class, as they get 7 rounds in a row to lock up an 8-4 half against Argentinian rival Dust2 Roots. By John McColl, Extra McHenry, as the return of La Ruganeta, the formerly organizationless squad, with Naz rejoining the team from Bestia back in April of this year, now stands 17-5.
Yeah, having a dominant map taking over. He's gonna have to do some more as the execution comes to Biz's way. One to the smoke, but Naz is ready with the USP, traded out 1-for-1. And a 3v3 here on the A-bomb site, formulating soon. Trying to get those numbers punched in, that will help out big time.
I mean, that shot just hurts. Like, you can't even say anything for BK1. He's trying to hold it, but there you go. Double swing in from CT. Bomb planters seen. They don't know where the second player is. Now they do, and the swing off the teammate there for Tamayed is good. Dust2 Roots have picked up both pistols.
Continue to find success in the pistol rounds, at least here for Dust2 Roots. It's a good way to slow down the momentum here of ShindeN off the back of that last half. And the way that things shaped up there. Tamayed has been trying his best here alongside MaxCore to provide coverage. Early on was able to deal with some of the mid that ShindeN were putting down range. But later down the line here, it has been kind of shut out. We'll see ShindeN look to keep the pressure up with a force buy. Nacho waiting quite a bit, ready for the Deagle spam. Double up on balcony kind of hints that they're waiting for a timing to push into right now. And that timing might be available right here.
Just praying on a connector split. Please, you want to split the A side. Ooh. You know, those are like hypnotism gifts.
You will push through connector.
You will go connector to A. We are not in Palace.
Oh, they're starting to shift up here quite a bit, though. Taking that contact through Palace has encouraged them quite a bit to reposition themselves. But as they're doing, the bomb has been called back over towards that A side. And right now, Dust2 Roots doing a good job of faking it up catwalk.
And a player came back in through Palace as well, so I think, poor old BK1 underneath the shadow. Good luck. They don't clear him proper, but shot's not crisp, and IBZ will be chased down. A lot of players are going to be falling here. Double flank. Good. It's not great. But Tamayed cleans up the rest. Force buy goes down for ShindeN. Just not the right call for the round. And Dust2 Roots will be able to claw back here on Mirage.
Starting to scale into the both pistols, and then the 2 rounds following being converted here both times for Dust2 Roots is a huge asset. Like the struggles in the gun rounds, if you can hop into a good T side and get controlling the game, that could be your way back in here. Oh, Flashbang dodged out, and another one returned here. Nacho finds an opening and a rifle to bail out with.
Biggest thing is he also gets a molly too, so he can actually survive for quite a bit longer. HE though, on the money for a couple, but Tamayed is now isolated top mid. But he's gonna go down with a couple, or maybe all of them. Oh, he switches back to the AK for a quad kill. 20 kills for Tamayed. It could have gotten risky, but he last stands for 4.
Yeah, he was boxed in right there, completely cut off, and is able to shut things down. That's a good look from the side of Dust2 Roots and Tamayed, who continues to fire up.
Now, since they did force buy, they have enough money for an op. See how much they respect this for IBZ. There's smoke blooms. Abiz could be in trouble. Attempt at a counter flash though, and Nex is already at Firebox. Caught out, isolated. But Nacho finds that kill. That is beautiful, but we'll go down to the smoke because a double off the smoke break, and IVZ found Nex. An excellent effort, but a triple kill from Fraguti will equalize this game.
Yeah, and a couple key right now on the side of Dust2 Roots that weren't really able to activate here in that first half. You look at Nex and some of the struggles that he had. I think only a single kill at the turn of the half. And Fraguti was also a little bit lacking, able to step in to half number 2 and find a lot of success early on. Start to lean in on a little bit of that opening prowess coming through from Fraguti. And a timeout, the first of which called from ShindeN, as they're kind of realizing that all that good work in the first half could quickly come crumbling down in the second. As Dust2 Roots not only take control of the economy, but take control of this map here, looking to take the lead. What's the adjustment here? We've seen Dust2 Roots get a lot of off-spawn calls roll out here. Some pretty decisive moves, especially on that last gun round. So, is there gonna be any big reactions coming through from ShindeN on how they deal with that pressure?
Yeah, I think in that round particularly, it was Abiz who was just isolated, right? I think that's probably the timeout that Rugo wants to call in. It's like, hey, Abiz has literally nothing he can do versus 5 players in that situation. It's either give up the site or stand and fight with your teammate properly. Maybe you can argue that Abiz should have gone for 1, but Nas knows where that smoke came from. Good effort. If you don't try, you will never succeed.
Ooh. PK1 getting stuck in.
Oh boy.
Getting some extra help here on this B side, so it's not completely isolated. A lot of extra assistance, but one being cut off by Tommy yet up the catwalk
They
already.
self-mollied themselves. Oh my goodness, he gets 1. And he gets the second as well. Now has an AK. Now mollied out, though. And dealt with, but Nas has a deagle shot. He takes down Tommy. That's AKs for retrieval. Bomb is repositioning, but this rotate is heard, but not held on to. RZK does fall. Nacho, though, in quick rotation. And the bomb jumping up inside of the window. It's a straight giveaway. It's RZK in a 1v2. And Nas hammers the headshot. It is a half-by victory for ShindeN.
It's just quick rotates all over the map that facilitate that, and eventually some extra impact coming through out of that 5-7, getting stuck in towards apartments right there, and delaying the round, completely determining the decision-making there of Dust2 Roots, and having to reroute that play. BK1 just causes enough disruption right there in an unbelievable fashion, dancing inside the combat smoke and fire. We got some mid-aggression. That flashbang's so effective at denying Max for a shot that's comfortable.
Few mollies for A Psych, though, is putting on the pressure for Abiz. He has support.
Oof. Yeah, they're making it feel that A execution is what we saw earlier, and MaxCore is able to find an opening off the back of that. Nacho goes looking towards middle.
There was a flashbang to accompany that, but I think it was off the mark. I mean, you want to get that mid information, right, for the CTs. If mid's clear, you keep focused during the site. You don't have to deal with the split. Pressure put on here by RZK, trying to prep a potential play.
Now we see ShindeN get the luxury of kind of isolating this A side. Good news is it's more of a retake setup this go around.
Yeah, but a missed shot for IVZ will have many more opportunities. to take that, but CT spawn still open. Great sight line available. Posted up the line. Max Core player close. A second missed shot for IVZ. Just needs to convert, and he does. Back to the 4v4, but Max Core posted here on CT, and there's no flashbang. Max Core, they got to prey on a miss. And he won't be doing that. Instead, it's a collateral. Instead, it's a triple kill. And Naz cleaned out as well. That half by a victory, not capitalized on.
Yeah, that's just a dream shot right there, shutting him down as they try and crawl on in. Max Score cutting him off in the cross. And Dusty Roots, I think, reacting so effectively off the next step from ShindeN to try and staff up that A-bomb site. They throw a full bit of faking utility to draw the players out towards that A side and cause some repositions. That forces the attempt from Nacho. I mean, you mentioned it off the back of a flash at least, but trying to reclaim some idea, some semblance of control towards middle. But they can't quite recover in time. And the flashes aren't as effective as they would have hoped for, so a quick 4v5, and then that's where you see that understaffed A-bomb site. IVZ with maybe some opportunities that were just barely missed out on with that AWP, and that proves to be costly as well.
I mean, he'll be gifted another lifeline, and potentially one of his last this game. This is the swing round. This is the pivotal moment right now for ShindeN. Remember, this is a single elimination stage of the EPL qualifier. Every shot counts. And that one sure does too. Are you kidding? IVZ hits that one.
That's just an overcommit right there. Spots out a little bit more, but big lift off. No Tommy yet. Picking up the AWP. The Max Score. We'll see if he can create any openings for his team here. 22 kills already. Looking to continue to count upon it. There's just no moves from ShindeN right now. Very much turtled up. Looking to lock down their sides of the map here. Biggest opening could be towards that B side, but right now for Dusty Roots, they are very separated. Be tough to unify their efforts right now in this position.
Surprise BK1 not going to be going out towards the van side. It has no help. Naz is so focused on middle right now. And now he goes down. This B site is super weak. BK1 needs a big entry, and he does. He does deliver.
Scared him off. While they're in rotation, though, right now, Fergudi's going to try and lurk out.
He will be able to get away with it. Abiz pushes into A main, but they can't rotate. Tomayed making his way up the catwalk now. Abiz is found. And that kill comes easy for Nacho, but there's a second kill. RCK gets in. IVZ jumps forward, but he doesn't deny the plant. The timer has been set in. Tomayed now posted, lands a tag. Molly, though, for his position. Won't quite force him out. Instead, he's allowed to reposition towards the default pillar. This is winnable. But now he's been seen. Unscoped. But he lights up a no-scope collateral. There is no way.
Oh my god!
What?
That's unreal. There's no chance in this world. He just threaded that needle so perfectly. Bolts fall over. Dusty Roots take the lead. And ShindeN are left shattered by another collateral. Oh my god.
The dumbest thing you've seen this year just happened right now. What on earth? A no-scope collateral 1v2 clutch. And it's getting messy now. Out of ammo for Nacho. Tomayed takes him down. I am in shock. I'm sure ShindeN are as well.
Whew. They're going to have to recover from that, and it didn't look like the worst game plan to try and do so. Flying up towards middle, they almost take two with them. And it does seem like Dusty Roots are a little bit locked out of position right now. And they're hoping for a pathway back in. They're hoping for more re-aggression to continue this one. But the early disruption is leaving them with a running clock. They've got to find out their path through this round here. It seems to be up catwalk right now. They've got a B-lurk. They've got that window smoke just now tossed in. It's going to queue up a rotate from BK1. There's the connector smoke to follow it up.
Still a winnable round. Still have 2 players here on the B side, but that swing over does it. Naz does deliver from the van side. He gets a ton more damage down.
Bomb has been planted.
So IVZ does make the cat jump. Flank being watched, though, by the op of Tomayed. But he looks away. That is a barrel scene for Abyss, but I don't think he recognized it. Now he certainly should have shadow scene. And Tomayed will get it. And this round was interesting. There's so much damage dealt in the early stages and on the B site, but it is not enough.
Coming so close. First save rifle, that won't come through. RZK absolutely destroys IVZ. Dusty Roots still being able to bring through a near flawless T side. Only one big hiccup in losing to the pistols to BK1's heroics and apartments. Outside of that, they have been able to find their strides, find the openings, getting more players involved here, having the huge clutch moments that you can't forget. But all of that helping them out and trying to close out this map here. And another opening pick by VZ, dealing with max core on the edge of that smoke. A small visual given. Just enough of a window to look in.
Just a chance. But the team will spread out in the 4 versus 5. I say that. They're grouping up for the A side. They're not even going to wait. IBZ will be tested again. He's been so good at hitting these shots through the smokes top mid. This one on the A site has not been as kind to him. Will it pay off? First contact is for Gucci and lets him go by. Abyss is down. And this round gets interesting, but Nacho with that spam. IVZ misses another. Critical op shots going down the drain. 3v3.
Gotta figure out a way to plant here. Forguti trying to set himself up for aggression through CT, but smokes are fading now, and that's gonna make this round a whole lot more difficult.
Oh, shoulder scene here for Forguti. Gets away, but next has the coverage from up top in Palace, and they're just delaying the plant. BK1 though runs forward with the USP. He gets 2, he gets 3. Oh my goodness, this game is getting insane, Cole. ShindeN back alive.
Yeah, BK1 bringing him through both defensive rounds at this point here. One with a 5-7 on that B site, one in transition, running on in and being the hero. Just when they need someone to make a decisive move there, it looked like ShindeN might have just been caught a little bit out of position there, stuck in CT, but BK1 breaks through the deadlock. And now it's a speed up here from Dusty Roots, trying to close the distance with that Tech 9 in play. RZK can't find the opening though.
And everyone else gets cut down too. The wide swings coming through from ShindeN. Verduti, 2 kills in a 1v5. But it is 11 all. It is Dusty Roots who are dead broke down the stretch goal. It's looking like ShindeN will be the first team to reach map point here on Mirage.
Yeah, they were looking for a gut punch, and maybe there was some window of opportunity right there through connector with the speed that they were going for, but Nacho's just too sharp at punishing those kills quickly and making sure that they can't overwhelm that A-bomb site. What a time to be in this position for ShindeN. Despite all the adversity, having BK1 step up like he did in that retake on the A side is huge. It's like you said, now they're just on the cusp of map point here. When things were looking all out.
Oh, that grenade would have...
It would have been so perfect.
It would have been like 200 damage. It doesn't matter too much anyways.
Counter-terrorists win.
Everyone gets dropped. Dusty Roots have one buy. It's like that old default T-side buy as well. It's AKs with like 2 grenades a pop for everybody. It was a nice
Mirage
comeback for Dusty Roots. Is this it?
Let's see. Mirage is such a difficult map to operate with limited utility as well. You have to use so much early on to just, you know, threaten the idea of, and then you have to have some left for utility on the execute. And they're gonna have to execute quickly. That's what they're going for right now, getting stuck in towards ramp.
Good grenades as well. That makes that M4 all the more lethal. As the flashbang comes through, Abiz, is he gonna wait for utility from his teammates? Smoke here in towards jungle. Abiz gets 2. Critically, another flashbang providing more and more support. Oh, but Abiz does whiff on the 3rd. Brigudi and the Molly, though, will fall. And they just need to not overplay their hand on a max score and apply Desert Eagles enough. ShindeN, despite Calamity hitting them with that 1 versus 2 no-scope collateral, a highlight for sure. It was not enough for Dusty Roots to take the map.
What a finish, man. What a finish.
Things are happening in Argentina right now. No scope 1v2s, but wasn't enough to take the map for Dusty Roots. It's ShindeN who are up 1 in this single elimination stage of the ESL Pro League qualifier. I'm Fi, joined by Cole X McHenry. What's good?
It's good to be back here. Map number 2, Dust2. Looking to see how Dusty Roots kind of react to a surprising loss. They had a lot of advantages heading into that map, but couldn't quite capitalize. Now looking to bounce back here on Dust2. They got a fast, long hit take here.
On Ivy's already in pit. Oh my god. They aren't going to clear him. They are not going to clear him. How many will he get? There are a lot of moving targets. One's good. No, but not quite the second. He's definitely was good for more, and he's losing teammates too. It's not great. Bomb's going to get planted. 3 versus 4.
How do you get back into this one? Nas on 1 HP. The positions are so strong right now. It's going to feel impossible to crack through. Your flashbang to spring up some peaks, but they're still a little bit stationary right now. They just can't deal with the pressure right now. Too much presence on the site here. Nacho looking for exit kills at this point here. Committed in CT, but will get chased down. The headshots rolling up. Dusty Roots on these pistols have been dominant.
Yeah, I think IVZ was definitely good for more there. That's just the big factor at that point. Yeah, Dusty Roots just non-stop with these pistols. Right off the conveyor belt. We got 7 rounds back of Mirage off the back of them. And the other 4, well, those rounds were crazy in their own right. Definitely pistol rounds in big individual moments powering up the Dusty Roots. But shameless scout force spy coming through for ShindeN.
Dust2 classic, double scouts. Can remain so deadly. They're ready to flash regress right now towards Cow. I'm gonna have to imagine with the double up setup. Maybe looking to take contact off the back of Nacho's scout, but there's the double up on aggro. One has to fight through the Molotov, though. One falls back. BK1 sideline there, but a 4v4. Looking to delay this one out.
Yeah, I gotta ask the question: what's insisting that you go up the catwalk right now? Mid to B smoke will keep Naz interested, and scout tag should surely sway them away. Naz jiggle peeks mid, sees nothing, and knows that they're coming out of the tunnels.
Oof.
But he's in a bad spot, to say the least. He's out in the open and easily pre-aimed by Fraguzzi, and not shown nothing with the scout. But 2 scouts being saved is not bad.
Armor on a biz as well, so see if they can hold on to all their weaponry. There's a couple of players that are tagged down to one-shot territory with those scouts, so you got to be careful on the hunt here. Dusty Roots might just look to take their wins and go there. Really good timing on that B attack. Being able to avoid the stack of ShindeN. And again, carry forward some of the success. We've seen the 4 spies attempted from ShindeN's. And, you know, what's so surprising is that while they've come close on, you know, the first couple of rounds, not fully able to capture any victories in these 4 spies. We know in CS2 right now, I think it's just so effective to go for those second round forces, especially on CT side, so that you can either A, afford AWPs when it comes time, or B, just win it outright with how effective the 5.7s can be, with how effective the MP9s can be. You still got a little bit of runway with those good running gun MP9s.
Yeah. I mean, they still that MP9 is still a threat. Scout though, not quite the headshot for Nacho. Too committed of an angle. Talking about the latest update though, and the kill reward bonus for the CT side. It's not a lot, I think, for those who haven't seen it. Basically, for every kill the CTs get, the entire team gets an extra $50. So you get, like, you know, 4 kills in a round, you get an extra 200 at the end of it. Also, it's win or lose, for the record as well. So you win a round by elimination, you are automatically getting 3,500 in lost bonus. So, actually, a very big deal. Economy-wise, obviously, it just lets you get, you know, that extra flashbang, that extra piece of utility. It makes sure that, like, you know, everyone's properly equipped. This round shouldn't go anywhere, right? Hold on. Unless IBC, or rather BK1 has got the awareness of a god. Not quite meant to be. Just a lot. Everyone gets a tag.
So much damage. See how their escape goes through here. Be a little bit of a challenge. Another tag, but the headshot doesn't lead to a kill.
Fakest dink of them all. This is gonna result in a decent amount of damage. I think max score is far enough away from the bomb. He'll be fine. Yeah. So,
I mean, I think the big thing is it's gonna be interesting to see, like, dominant CT sides really gain some economy as well.
Yeah, you know, you win like, you know, 2 rounds in a row. It's an extra like $500 in your pocket, and it stops you from getting reset, basically, or it makes sure you are completely, you know, full utility, no matter what. You know, that's that extra flashbang, maybe an HE, could add up to a molly. You know, that little bits of cash start adding up. Ooh, that is a devastating tag. 9 HP remaining on a Viz. But I think the biggest thing is it's a difference between an op and like an M4 purchase, right? We will be seeing a lot more early CT side ops, like on that 3rd round, than we've seen in the past. You know, that extra $500 does mean, you know, op armor.
That'll be exciting there. I think the CT side economy is obviously needed a buff, and it's just a very smart, subtle change to the economy, which any massive changes always create a lot more than like what you would anticipate. It's like a ripple effect there, where one small change can lead to a huge fundamental adjustment in the game. Whereas I think this is small enough to kind of limit the impact while still boosting up something that I think the CT side has needed for a little while. Also, the molly change is just amazing. I think that was necessary. And we got mid to B approach here, and this is affected because already pretty low here, and isolating Naz off the back of the molly. No smoke, but just a mid to B molly right there as the smokes go in. This does seem to be a double back towards the catwalk here instead, with the bomb included in the mix.
Oh, they're already up, and IBZ misses critically. Just has not been fast enough.
Ooh.
That one's good, though. Prove me wrong with that second flick. It's a headshot. Out of the op. He needs more, though. It's insane, but IBZ must do more. He needs to survive. The time running low, and the USP's not good enough. It's down to Nacho. Headshot for one, and time low. Nacho needs to live, and does, and gets him after time to make it even better. ShindeN on the board.
Wow. I mean, survival instincts right there for IVZ. After missing that first shot, and we've seen a couple of these tripwires just get overlooked and nearly missed out on. But coming up big time there in a delayed effort, finding those 2 kills, dropping the bomb when Dusty Roots has so much legroom into that round. That's an incredible recovery when the pressure's applied. And this time they're careful on the cross, making sure to not get tagged down early. That is a monumental shutdown, though, from IVC. When you're able to miss a shot like that and still be able to recover your accuracy throughout the round, that's so difficult.
There are some really good grenades that are coming through. Dusty Roots do know there's stuff here on D2. That's why they're so dusty. They only play Mirage and Dust2. Shame that they lost Anubis.
Yeah, that's devastating to their veto.
I'm sorry, the follow-up was just too good. It was too deadpan. Oh no, Abyss is in big trouble. He will not be surviving, and the easiest mid-B take right there. Delivered. No counter utility to stop it. Tech9 just walk in for free.
I mean, they're doing something a little bit different in that they don't smoke mid to B. Twice in a row now. Which is pretty wild to see at this level of play, but they're getting away with it because when you see that mid to B smoke, that obviously draws in a CT rotate. At this point, on Dust 2, there's so many ways to counteract those mid to B smokes. Some teams drop nades and spawn to try and, you know, toss utility and blow open the smokes and have coverage from CT still. But if you don't throw the mid to B smoke, the cat rotates won't come through. And, you know, you still have yourself an opportunity at taking some strides into the site. It's an interesting approach.
Yeah, it's being able just to contact out through mid doors and hit him with the surprise B play. Yeah, like Naz is completely out of position there. If Naz is inside of CT spawn, he can make a play through the smoke. He could try to be disruptive and slow down the scale. Right, as T's would try to push all the way up to the B site. And another tag there for MaxScore. Loves hitting those. But yeah, it's Naz being out of position there. That little detail cost them a round.
See what sort of reactions can come through here. Tommy Jed looking to lead it up catwalk. Crosshair placement on the money. IVZ forced to fall off pretty quickly on the reposition. Now you've conditioned more dedication towards middle here for the side of ShindeN. So they're hoping to reach out of that. Great flashbang. Now forced to fall off. Feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but again, confirming locations of where these defenders are. That A side is slightly weakened.
Yeah, like and extremely so. You see Naz just so tunneled in on mid doors. I mean, IBZ needs to play off of the site here. He needs to play towards car. If he commits to the A site and goes down without like a big highlight, it's not going to look great. So here it is. Naz unable to deliver anything. IVZ, though, does get his one, but it's BK1 dealt with, and I think Naz caught switching to utility. Either way, his gun was not in hand, and this is a save.
Has to be a Biz and Nacho. Far removed. Biz maybe looking to play a bit of a hunting game. Up the catwalk. This is kind of surprising, to be honest with you. At risk of losing his FAMAS there, Max Score goes and grabs an AK for his troubles. Dusty Root's going to route out of this one as well. But capitalizing on a bit of, again, the weak side on the defense, just numbers-wise, and forcing a reliance on huge multi-kills from very challenging positions. Positions that Dusty Roots just overwhelm so effectively. ShindeN have to have, you know, either A, the ability to get those multi-kills, or B, a lot of counter utility to slow down that cat take and try and set up counter flashes, but without those luxuries, right now Dusty Roots are doing a good job of controlling the way this map is played.
Hey, maybe if the new CT update was in here, you know, they'd have a little bit of extra utility to make some plays happen. You know, IVZ wouldn't have an HE, he'd have a Molly there. You know, and maybe not a FAMAS, but an M4. You know, a lot of what ifs. I feel like this new update will change a lot, and I think it's the perfect balance change. It's not an overcorrection. Just generally the CTs have more money. I mean, shoot, a common call even in some of my bugs is if they're on a low buy, just rush at sight. They don't have a molly. Now they might.
Throwing right there.
Yeah, throwing a smoke on the jiggle is surprising. There are lineups for that. Like, you could line it up from spawn.
Don't like a little bit of extra edge right there in the gameplay there. Put your heart rate up, and that's a nasty headshot right there. Nacho getting closed in from multiple different angles, tries to force a fight, lands the headshot, but can't get rewarded with the kill. ShindeN not strong enough. Nice shot from Max Core as well.
Max Core through the doors, man. You just be hitting every shot there. And gamble stack towards B. And what is gearing up to be a mid-B take. 40 seconds, though, to make up their minds. Oh, that is brutal. And a Biz now seen. Okay, I'm just going to walk the edge of the smoke and be eliminated. They were going A anyways. And poor old Biz is done. Dusty Roots have just been putting ShindeN on skates.
Again, keeping up the tendency of taking full control of this map here. Started off with some good early conditioning. I've been able to utilize that to full effect since. The one luxury of this round here is that Max Core probably can't get down the doors quick enough for them to try and punish. He dropped a flashbang for a decoy grenade with the op, which is an interesting move. He's flying through lower. They might still have to deal with this off early. Flashman goes in, and it's a good way to punish, but there's a trade available.
Ooh, and, well, the follow-up from Naz is nice. Finally, a good opening advantage for ShindeN on their mid-play. And finally, Max Core eliminated. But there's still some heavy hitters, and Dusty Roots still have plenty of utility to make plays happen, especially with a weak B site. I think the one thing here is that ShindeN still have to shoot hard. They're in an advantage, but they need to convert it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doubling back towards B, but this contact walk could be deadly here if they find the entries quick.
Yeah, Biz first in line. The next kill is Well, doesn't quite go for Naz. The Biz does peek properly, though, off his teammate. That leads for Gucci. 1v3. IVZ posted. Oh, but he missed.
Boy.
30 seconds to make a play. 2 players isolated. Abiz can drop a volley, though, on a timing. As he should. Please do it right now. All right, awesome. Any later, and Ferguti's running through that. But here we go. 15 seconds to make a clutch happen. Molly out towards the window. Player seen in mid. 10 seconds. He knows Abiz is on the site. He can't hit the headshot, though. I would lose my mind, Cole, if he won that.
There's absolutely no free rounds, though, for ShindeN. We've already talked about the complications of having to deal with less utility, less economy, and how difficult that can be on the CT side to delay out rounds. Well, they're in that trap once again versus the full force buy. Full investment, rather, from the side of Dusty Roots, and you're going for more tags through the wall. Might be a straight-up challenge. Oh my god! What?
No way! One collateral, one map. Here's another!
No!
See you on Twitter, everybody!
Even through the HE to try and deny it, the train comes through.
I can't believe it.
Oh my god.
How? This is
Double
stuff that
headshot.
happens in, like, silver games. You see this on, like, a Franz J YouTube video. Not in the ESL Pro League qualifiers. What is this? The round is over. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Just tried so hard to avoid that. Just to walk headfirst into it. IVC dead to rights, waiting and punished. The round over before it ever lifts off, before they ever get a chance to breathe, with their weapons back out. And that op is sent right back to max core, because why not do it again? I don't know what you even do when rounds start off like that.
Well. Dude, I mean, he has been so consistent. Okay, the full 360 from RZK, but Tommy Ed covering it. I mean, this map just feels doomed, man. This just doesn't feel like there's anything to play for. It's, yeah, BK1 is screwed. He's just hoping and praying. Wow. Well. That's a nice shot from Next. And Nacho is done as well. 8-2. And I'm sorry. This is I'm just still in shock, man.
Yeah, I mean, just so ridiculous. That is just so shattering for ShindeN right there. This is a good reaction. Well, I don't think it provides any safety up against Max Core, no matter what sort of roadblocks they try and throw in the way. He still finds a way to do damage, but
this is... I'm just saying, like, the two craziest shots I've seen this entire year were hit in 2 consecutive maps. Not even on different days. Shoot, not even in different hours, Cole. In the same hour, the craziest shots of 2025 were hit.
is there some sort of alignment in the planets? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'm checking, like, what holiday is today. Like, what? Let me check, like, what American holiday is today. Is it because it's National Hot Dog Day today, I guess?
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
might be it. That's got to be the one.
That's gotta be it here.
Joey
Shout out
Chestnut
American
providing collaterals.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Shout out American Holidays, by the way, as BK1 trying to put up a long hold. It doesn't work. IBZ missed another op shot, man. It's brutal. Navs won't, though. He tries to turn a flash, but not meant to be. 2v2. But Abiz is already jumping up here on the site. Helped out by Nacho, trying to make the plays, and they do. A couple missed shots from IBZ made up for by the rest of his team.
Quick reactions right there to seal it on up. Enough, I mean, honestly, enough being done from Naz as well. Finding that extra kill. Providing a little extra time for those rotates to get involved. And saving them the strife of being even deeper in the hole. Oh god. Yeah, wait that one out. Make sure MaxCore gets absolutely nothing on this cross. I see. Decoys rattle off there. Still gonna boost him up. Trying to look for cat aggression as well. But eventually that mid smoke will come through and they'll go right back to the protocols here.
Oh, wow. Okay. Double setup long. ShindeN starting to hit some nice shots.
Yeah, I mean, they're fighting back into this one here. Some of this success might require a bit of ground to gain in the pistols at some point in this series, but 8-4 is not all that bad in closing the distance. Still, though, this A side can feel a little bit weakened if it's not for Nacho and his activity, dropping the bomb and delaying out this take a little while longer.
Just being so pesky around the mid doors. Always challenging towards cat, always fighting for ground. And Naz even stepping up next. Oh, just straight smoke spam, sees the player with the molly in hand too. And ShindeN will cap off the half with the beauty. They lose the pistol, lose some insane rounds, but 4, will it be enough? The planets are aligning. It's National Hot Dog Day. And there are collaterals being hit through Dust2 doors. Well, hi, Cole. It's 11, or rather, it's 8-4. And it's time to get this done. I almost said 11-4. Oh my god. I saw 4 on one side. Everything has just made my neurons melt. Yeah, man.
Zonic's Law in the big 2025.
You can remove the law and just say Zonic. Anyways, Naz with the opening kill. I know, I'm ducking and weaving in the opening stage of the EPL qualifiers already. Already throwing jabs.
See what they can do. Can they finally win a pistol? That's the big question. They need this to try and claw it back. And it looks good so far. Overwhelming long as well. Finally, a little bit of leg room here for ShindeN. And just when they needed it the most, they capitalize on some opening picks here and might have their shot at the pistol round. Next is falling out. So job done here from ShindeN. They get their first pistol of this series. When they're down and out, they needed this to kind of elevate them back into this game. They've just found it.
Yeah, this is a nice first start. Good opener here for ShindeN, and I mean, just a clean cat take. You know, I like seeing my favorite take on Dust2 is the cat take where players jump into CT spawn as well. My favorite because the Mongols do it, of course. There are so many. There are a lot of variations. People say Dust2 is boring, but
I think people that think Dust2 is boring just remember like Go Dust2, where it was constant flashes over long in a 50-50 duel that would transpire. But new cat boxes, I think, have completely changed the way that this map is played.
yeah, you can fast rotate cat, right? You can actually like switch up your CT defense a lot. You can push mid a lot compared to where, yeah, it was pretty bread and butter. Like CTs could not push mid, obviously, with just an op T spawn. Back in ye olden days.
I love Dust2. I hope that whenever 6 months rolls by and we do another map change, that Dust2's safe. This is all just in theory right now. What do you think? Should we do two map pool changes a year or just one? I
get
like
all
the idea of
7
just
out.
one.
Get all
What?
7 out. Yeah,
What?
let's do
Every year refresh.
Yeah, let's do let's do it Valorant style or something like that. I think that's what they do it over there, you know.
Oh.
Release a bad map and force everyone to play it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I was on board until you said that.
all 7? You want all 7 to go? What we putting back in? You know, we're putting CS Assault gonna be played at the
Bring Aztec back.
Aztec at the 2027. What is it, like Brno Major or something like that? You know,
I don't know.
In the Czech Republic.
If you've got those insider details, I would keep them private.
Oh, my bad. You know, as like
it's gonna be so
as like
funny
a content
when
creator,
that's actually the case.
I've got the network. You know, I know what's happening. Brno Major coming soon, guys. My team and my contacts, my network of sources. Like people think you're a content creator. Like, oh, you got it big, huh? Like, you know a lot of stuff, huh? Dude, I just write scripts and I put it in an editor, like straight up. All right, I don't got none of that. All right. People asking me for sources and stuff, and you got the connection? No, bro, I upload YouTube videos. Life is simple. And cast Argentina. Oh my god. Man, the tweets have been fire today. excellent Twitter content.
Just you're actually clip farming on broadcast.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm here just for the clips. I'm here for the impressions, everybody. All right, we are back live. We're out of the
when the
text
action like what we've seen so far takes place. I think it just becomes a festival of clips that you can ship there. This is day one. Give it up for day one of the qualifier.
Give it up for day one, everybody. If you're in your chair right now, give a round of applause. As it is a force buy back here for ShindeN. Or rather, excuse me, for Dusty Roots, rather. As we do have 5-7 already getting up in the middle. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is crazy.
BK1 gets... I think he'll get into doors. Just... Oh, he's not. He's going to jiggle peek for top mid. He's going to get seen. But the 5-7 at that range, it works. The headshot. The AK lost. They're going to try and hunt down this pistol player, though.
Oh,
in the meantime, I think Naz does get a timing out beat. He knows it.
I don't know what you do with this, though. I mean, obviously, you've got a bit of a roadblock in between you and the bomb site. That'll help. Nacho providing the opening, and now this round gets a whole lot more complicated here for Dusty Roots. They've got a whole map to clear through.
I hate that angle from Naz. They can see his feet underneath the truck, but he will not be cleared. There's one, and there's the second. He will go ahead and skip out on the kill for Guti and just... As you're supposed to do, just play the post plant on the most unretakeable bomb site in all of Counter-Strike. And this round is a lockup.
Yeah, well handled right there. I mean, that requires a whole lot of patience in the chaos that was created. And Naz takes his target, doesn't overstay his welcome. Treating every fight like it could be his last right now. That Deagle in play, it will be his last, but the last two fall. Nacho and Abiz taking care of business, and ShindeN gotta get the luxury of starting off a half in their favor here. Should be up 3-0 in the half here, but 5 Deagles instantly come out here from the side of Dusty Roots.
Surprising. So that means there's going to be no AWP next round. If just one player, like RZK for example, just didn't buy a Deagle, 2,900 loss, you'd have 5,700 in the tank and can drop something over to max score. So that Deagle purchase is going to have big ramifications. Or maybe, shoot, what if they just won the round instead? I forgot to consider that, Cole. I forgot why you buy Deagles, is because you might have a chance.
That's what it seems like right there. They've been pushing up middle just about every round. And trying to take that space away. I mean, this time there is no bailout option towards the B side like what they had last time. Smoke's going to be blocked pretty comfortably by RZK as well. Going to create some wide openings, and as they clear out B, it's now a race to get back in towards that A side in time before the execute takes place.
Yeah, player out towards Gandalf. I mean, it is chaos. Players are just out. Oh, there's a team kill. Oh my god, what is happening? All right, Biz, please stabilize. BK1. And Abiz will collect the third. All right. All is good. Nothing went wrong in this round. Okay. Should not be winnable. Unwinnable. I'm gonna say it, Cole. It's unwinnable. Are you gonna shake my hand on this one? Is it unwinnable?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's official.
Needed,
it's official.
I just needed some, like, words of affirmation there, Cole. You know.
Some semblance of reality there back in play. Wonder if they got rid of that AK. Looks like they did.
Did. Well done.
Terrorists win.
Any guns blasting over towards long, max score hunting. But to no avail. ShindeN survive. I wouldn't say thrive, but I mean, as you highlighted, a pretty hefty investment in that last round means just no AWP, and maybe max core not tearing up the kill total, but what he has done in damage with the off, he's been not only finding opening picks, but he has been effective in that last map, and there's IBZ getting a little bit of damage back. Sweet revenge. chunking off next, making him worry on this B site. And they're gonna test it early as well. I mean, this is gonna be a
the right
challenging
call.
hold.
It is the right call. Only one player here.
Ooh.
Oh, but spam through, but he's gonna run out of ammo soon. You'd have to think. Taps through for one and gets a second. He's burning, and he goes down. Door smoke is in though. And they establish the foothold. Nacho needs to get this molly into window as soon as possible. But now players with nades in hand. Too late. BK1 on the Deagle though stabilizes somehow.
Oh, the flash flank though could end it for Goody. Flying into the duel here. 2 backs turned and 2 kills come through to seal that one up. Enough speed on that flank to keep things covered in an unbelievable hold and a challenging position for next. That keeps Dusty Roots in the running.
Oh, that was a ridiculous round. I think that round comes down to Nacho. He just needs to get that window Molotov as quick as possible so that they can set down for post plants. And instead, Dusty Roots make a brilliant call there. A lot of teams would just meander outside the doors, let them plant and do whatever. Dusty Roots are playing for the damn win right there as they double swing in through window. You gotta just keep the pace up. You gotta be fast. You gotta keep the momentum. Keep your opponents on their toes.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of quick decision making right there. All in on the aggression into the site. Not hanging back, not allowing for post plants to be established, for those door smokes to be recycled. Not even letting ShindeN get their utility out to cover off that window peak. That's incredible speed.
Oh.
Oh.
That was another collateral chance he shot. Oh my god, I can't. I see two players.
Had the right boost as well for that exact peak. Maybe holding more towards a lower push, though.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get peeked by the op or comically and just die, right? So... Alright. 8 to the smoke. Oh, it could be money, right? Because you're looking at this. RZK gets eyes on a few, but no kills. IVZ down to 8. Off the glass cannon op.
Yeah, but that's a silent approach up catwalk right there that gets multiple players spotted and damaged.
So they've got nothing better to do.
They're shifting up the rotates now. And, oh, boy.
That nade. Oh, this nade. Which way will it be going? Will it go deep or close? He's not going to throw it.
I mean, he still has it. Like, waiting for contact, I'd imagine, before he tosses that one in. Letting the round continue to play out here, but they've transitioned this offense more towards a mid to B here at this point.
And BK1's going to strafe into CT spawn, but the smoke missed. The smoke did not fall down, didn't bring up the curtains, but there's still 2 kills in anyways.
What?
But what? You've gotta be kidding me! The knife is out! He somehow lives for that damn long? Are you kidding? What is happening here in Argentina? 4 bullets. There's no way he wins this. He's got to one-tap everybody. Flashbang high, he turns it, but... RZK, how did he live?
I can't comprehend it. He stays alive for so incredibly long. On 1 HP as well. Just 1 bullet would have done him in, and providing an extra kill while he's at it, that is impossible, it feels like. And you know, multiple times now, these B players have just been able to provide the right amount of resistance for Dusty Roots to make a retake look comfortable. And for them to level out their opponent's economy here. They just show up with so much X factor here all day today.
Oh, and Tomayed is putting up a clinic out here. Give him the triple. Maybe give him the map. Too many ridiculous moments have happened these last 18 rounds of Counter-Strike. Who knew such little time in a video game could have such a mental impact on a commentator?
It's just tough to recover from moments like that. And now multiple of them just flaring up back to back with so much chaos. If it's having an impact on us, you can only imagine what it's doing to ShindeN in the server. Having to deal with that round in and round out. Back towards long again. Oh, wow. Ferguti was crosshair on the money, at least is what it seemed, but turns up 0.
Oh, but max score, you gotta be kidding. Still, Tamiya does fall to BK1. And I
Trying to
think
flush him out.
He's trying to be hunted. And he will be dealt with there by the MP9 of next. Players get to move up Cat, though. Good molly. And max score does not have the guts to stand in that. And a plant in the open. That molly does not stop the 7 digits of doom. It's planted open for long, but Naz owned by the flashbangs here. Gives the advantage back. IVZ on glass cannon op still. Needing to step up, and he does. Good shot on the next. Biz baits out the op shot. RTK, this should be unwinnable, and it is. Abiz does convert the headshot. ShindeN try to plant their feet here on this map.
Able to stay afloat with that gun round there. So effectively put towards long. All those flashes that roll on through there get them the access that they're hoping for. And then that lurk coming through from BK1, providing enough delay. Drawing out the attention. The entirety of Dust2 Round. Now IVC taking some big risks. Through suicide up against a max score op that is present in the server. And is now pressing through tunnels. So Biz has a tough job at hand here, punishing this aggression. Crosshair just a little too high.
Yeah, it's
right
a whiff.
underneath it.
I mean, it's all about the movement there and making sure that things are difficult to hit. If you just shift walked into that angle, yeah, you're done. But jiggle peeking, crouching up and down. Look at how Ferguti is moving, even though there's nobody on his screen. Look at that. Ferguti is going back in between looking at the door, playing anti-flash. Now you
Gotta
can play
stay on
anti-flash.
skates. Oh, this long setup's deadly here
It's
for
like-
any sort of lurking presence.
It's like he's doing like an 80s workout routine. You know, how they... What is it called? Like
Little
Zumba
Zumba?
or something? Yeah, a little Zumba. Right here.
Well, in good health here, he just destroys Nacho completely, looking at the wall. And this is going to be a pretty tough
Whoa!
but that's a big entry there. Now swing coming through from RCK, lines them all up though. That FAMAS tears through them.
God, players keep lining it up. Beacon, what I think on the edge of the smoke, but Maxwell's not going to chase him quite. But will not be able to escape the smoke spam of Ferguti. So, it is map point for Dusty Roots. They've played a pretty nice game here of Dust2. Caught a lot of nice timings, had a lot of good multi-kills, and, you know, that one collateral through the Dusty doors that I'll never be able to live down. It's been a lot.
I think that first half was such a good showcase and how to set the tone early and already just kind of get in the minds of ShindeN and how they rotate. Now the second half, just nursing the lead to the finish line. Using some of those key pieces. What a flank, man.
God.
That is lightning quick from IVZ.
Oh, but a good nade to the doors there for max score. Devastating kill on the desperation purchase. This is what ShindeN need to win to get the comeback started. It's the hardest round to win. And it got a whole lot more difficult right there. Max score can... His teammates holding the doors, so he can even focus on the Xbox if needed. Ollie as well. And it'll burn BK1 forward. Next up, clean shots from RZK. And a 2v4. Oh, but Naz does have one back. Is he ready for the top mid play, though? He is knife out instead. And that leaves the Biz. Gonna walk through mid doors. He gets the headshot. He just needs to drop a smoke and cross and make life very difficult. Does he have another scout headshot in him? No. Ferguti will end it. And that brings out our deciding map of this series. Dust2 Roots have one in them.
Yeah, both teams putting on a bit of a clinic here in this matchup to be able to close things off. Dust2 Roots showing what they're made of on Dust 2. I think such an effective T side. Having
And all aboard, back on in. A Dust2 filled with more absolute insanity. ShindeN versus Dust2 Roots delivered, and it's just the first game of the day. It's only 9 a.m. where I am right now, Cole. What a way to start off my morning. What about
it's
you?
only series number 1 so far. We got a whole lot more to chew through in this qualifier, but the first series starting off with a bang, as we've seen so far in between these two squads. Hoping to see that continue here as we hop into this pistol round. Aggression through middle, and it's a collapse coming through from all these CTs from all different directions, but it's getting punished by RCK.
2 bullets. And they'll even pull off the reload. Just can't escape, though. Charges out in the open, tries to group up with his team, will be caught off at the pass by IVZ. 3 versus 4. Dust2 Roots still looking for very individualistic fights right now. Players still searching in cave. And jury's still out on where they're going to go.
They're just kind of announcing here that the B side is a little clear. Easy takings from the T side to claim this control, and now the bomb's going to be ushered on over as well. Biz side, 2 of his teammates looking to crawl their way through, but that's a quick shutdown. Now they identify, can the bomb cross? That's a big question right now. That's a challenge here for Tomajed. Oh!
Okay, and IVZ picks on for Guti. 2v2. He keeps pushing forward. Max score doesn't know. Flashbang high. A locked in duel. Max score on the go. Gets the headshot. DK1 armorless. Getting swung by multiple. Trades out his USB though. Sees a shadow. Getting closed in on and will be dealt with. And there we go. Pistol round for Dust2 Roots.
Think of that one a reality right there. Almost for ShindeN, but Dust2 Roots able to get where they need to be in time before IVZ can continue any of his heroics. And the force buys that will carry forward throughout this series as a trend for ShindeN after losing the pistol will continue into this map as well. 5-7's close range. Do a whole lot on this map here. HG's barrel down, but not a lot of damage as they chase down these kills here. Elevated angle, but they collapse effectively. And it's a 2-for-1 trade at the moment. And Ferguti traded out as well, so it continues to favor the CT side. IVZ able to dodge out in the flashes. They're not able to escape the doors right now as they double swing into a trap right now. It's all on the shoulders of Nex, who's down low. And this round's disrupted.
And he's going to go down. It's a force buy straight up there from ShindeN. Man.
I mean, Dust2 Roots wanted to brute force their way past that smoke and just get met by a whole host of problems. ShindeN with conviction collapse on the defense, or the offense trying to take initiative, take space. Can't quite make it past that amount of resistance they run into early. Really good look out of ShindeN. Bring a little extra edge to their CT side in terms of map control. Now a Deagle Force Buy in play here. Not going to make this the easiest to claw through. Trying to work their way through middle. That gets shut down to Biz on the scene. Ready to punish. And again, ramp control, the B side of the map here, pretty much sectioned off by the CT side as well as middle. So I guess where you need to be in this case here, it's just got to be towards the A side and middle a little bit where you stack your resources. That's exactly what they're doing.
And IVZ. Now to be tested. What if he got wide swung in one dig here, Cole? Well, he's giving him a surefire chance right now. If he goes down, they have the whole A site, but he won't. They just won't hit the headshot. It's just that easy, Cole. Max score is going to run out of A main. Ivy swinging with the pistol now. And Max score about to be flanked. And $600 pocketed for a Biz. Force Buy dealt with and a good start for ShindeN.
Yeah, you get to build up even more now as well. It's going to be pistols out once more for the side of Dust2 Roots. So the foundation going to be laid down here for ShindeN on the CT side. Build up some decent economy here. And roll out what is so important on this map, and that's being able to dominate in the map control. Take parts of the map and make it a non-option for the offense to even gather the first phase of control. Effective utility, the best way to do that here in sectioning this map off. Biz playing a pretty committed angle though. He's got a molly ready to go to try and separate the defense or the attack there. There you have it. Lots of damage done, but they run through it. Chance at a bomb plant. Gonna be denied here from Nacho.
Ooh.
And the quick rotates.
Still though, I mean, okay, Naz even takes a lot just from the Glock. I won't say these rounds have been crispy clean from ShindeN, but you know, I'm seeing like opportunities where, hey, if like Dusty Roots ran in there and hit the shots or just had better guns, they'd win the round. Oh, speaking of better guns, look at the right side of your screen. They've got them.
I know we'll see if ShindeN can try and clean it up a little bit. Picked up a couple Galils at the end of that last round, so only dropped the MP9s in the last. They get the IVZ AWP in the mix as well. And look at this, RZK flying up the ramp. This is a B rush.
And here we go. Pop open of the smoke. EK1. Now the side, though, will push right through. Next gets an easy one. Nacho was thinking of making a play, instead gets blinded up. And if that bomb goes down, that could be curtains here. And there will be no denial. The bullets do not connect.
IVZ's got the full belt of utility and is cut off right now from his teammates.
Wait a minute!
That's gonna help.
Reload in Eve as well for a Biz. Smoke into cave. It's two players looking the wrong way right now. First kill's good, but can't chamber the next shot for the second. Dusty Roots will hold the post.
Well handled there. Dusty Roots finding the entry from RZK with a little bit of setup, and you look at what utilities left on that B side, and you watch the smoke push come through in the early round. And if there was any flashes at all for ShindeN to push that smoke, it would have been a whole lot more effective. But there was a surprising lack of utility from ShindeN to deal with that rush. I think they expended it all towards middle control. Ended up walking into that retake just a little too dry. It creates a whole lot of challenges for Dusty Roots that end up being working in favor. Their side. Now they're trying to again break through on this B control. The smoke fades and they'll be able to walk their way out.
Oh, wall bangs almost connect for a kill. silent approach. They walk through the smoke as it fades. Molly in. Az doesn't want to fight. He's not going to go and take that risk.
Potential of the trades right there. Maybe a risk not worth taking there for Nas. Flashbang looking good on the money.
Missed.
No. That's a free pick right there for IVZ, who does connect on the tripwire this go around.
And even IVZ steps forward, but that's a big miss from Naz. Next up, though. And he falls. 2v4, BK1. Playing off the back. Okay, that was...
Shook, right?
Whew, that was a push and a half right there, but it's a Biz who's the real hero of the round, covering BK1 from the cave side and making sure nothing gets out of hand.
Yeah, a little bit awkward there on the initial hold there, rolling on out. Also missed flashes, costing Dusty Roots the opener. Makes it very challenging for them to get much more past it. And it's, again, just Deagles in play here. ShindeN not staying down for too long, able to build up a foundation, boost up. And IVZ's giving these Deagles a fight. That's a risky way to try to open up a sequence here. BK1 wall bang down. You told me there was going to be less wall bangs here.
I should have just said, like, you know, I'll hold judgment on that. Oh my god. All right. Okay. Good timing for Naz to actually get away, I should add.
Yeah, same is true for Nacho, who was committed out there towards the middle. Would have been vulnerable. But that fadeaway also provides him a little coverage. Now,
there's a nasty...
fully open.
Oh, they just missed the timing. Oh, Nacho's getting one deeked here.
A side's going to be clear for this.
Hello. All right. But the bomb is still in T-spawn. Biz not wanting to push up Temple. In the meantime, Naz still holding this line. Will be gifted a kill right on back, but the A site is compromised. BK1's also on 22 HP here, Cole. This is terrifying. Oh, this gets even worse. The kill's not clean. BK1's down. A Biz with nades. You gotta be kidding me. Armorless Glocks and 2 Deagles. Is that enough to stop Naz? It's just a Glock back of the site. Naz pushing forward. Next team difficult to hit. He's running out of ammo. He gets a dink in there too. Max core on the Deagle. Naz having to chase him down. He gets away, and that's the round. He won't even escape Max core. Oh no.
It all comes off the back of that monster timing. Just a huge oversight in towards middle, where the communication isn't quite synced up, and Tommy's yet able to capitalize on such a small moment right there that you watch in the mini-map take place, and you see it happen, where that oversight was kind of manufactured towards middle. And it's amazing what you can get off the back of such a small timing right there. Completely opens up the opportunities in that round. That's an absolute shock, and a timeout called from ShindeN to try and recover from that.
Man. This game really does have everything. Oh! Missed run boost, singeing in the molly. But still 2 kills. Tommy Ed and Ferguzzi hit the dirt. Smoke break. Next takes damage as well. And despite the full Glock eco win, They just stomp down on middle and get rocked.
It's exactly what they did in round 2 right there. Dominate and suffocate the map. Take everything away from Dusty Roots. And they try and brute force away on in. Here's an opening to RCK. Spots up multiples, but IVZ steps into the angle and absolutely shuts any route out of this round. Now repeat going through middle. Not going to happen onto Abyss. And a huge response from ShindeN. Comes off the back of the timeout. Punishing Dusty Roots in the attempt to try and take some space off spawn. To disrespect some of the effective mid utility that we've seen out of ShindeN throughout this half.
Back aboard, but it's a force buy-in, I think. For Guti, he's also on double eco. Timeout called. Tommy had buying a full set. I feel like this might be a B rush. I think they're going to send Max Score in. We got 5 smokes, though, to play a default if they want to. Really committed to the utility. CT utility as well. Oof. Molly nades, doors. You're getting ready to swing. And they get dealt with. Not on the money. But Naz will make the play to make sure this round doesn't get out of hand. The thing is,
whoa,
he falls. And Max Core is going to be able to get into the site. Nacho. Is he going to wait for his teammate? Abyss is already fast flank through cave. Nacho trying to deny. Don't run out of ammo! He doesn't. Delivers the headshot. And then he gets the second. Nacho will stop that round from getting out of hand. And it'll be 6 for ShindeN.
Keep it in coverage right there. Trying to get risky on the smoke push. And Nacho just leaves enough in reserve to punish it. ShindeN keeping their winning ways despite a scary start. Dusty Roots, I think, reacting effectively off of some of the protocols down B ramp. You know, flying by with the Galil like that is exactly what you have to do. You do not want to let the CT side peek into you from both cave and ramp. So fighting ahead of that is a good sign from them, but Nacho's still keeping this team in good stead.
And just armorless Eagles. I don't see anything coming out of this round for Dusty Roots. Unwinnable. When I say those words, like, you know,
I know you're just
strange energy starts channeling through the air. Oh, and it starts with one.
Open up.
Let's get started, Cole.
Some
That's an
Deagle
op.
shots start to connect. Oh boy, Tommy yet on the op as well, of all people. We've already seen what he can do with this gun and the limited opportunities he possesses.
He's posted up on middle. Okay, he's watching the smoke, but he's got nothing better to look at. So, oh no, Cole. The op picked up by Tommy Yed's putting in work. Abyss has nowhere good to stand. He's just out in the open right now. He's mollied. And he's screwed. This is not happening. Oh. It is, though. Naz in a 1v4. Bomb coming back to him. First kill. That's all right. One player out of the big box. Bomb seen. Spins around, deals with the CT player. This is still winnable. They don't have the guns, but he doesn't have the shot. Max Score with the deagle. Another armorless pistol eco.
You're gonna have to apologize to ShindeN for that one. You're gonna have to bring that one up to Rugo himself.
I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't have
Unwinnable
said
came
anything.
out of your mouth, and Dusty Roots made it happen as soon as they heard those words ring in their ears. That is so textbook right there. Dusty Roots finding some nasty openers, just collapsing in. The shots just vanish. middle collapse coming through. Nacho with a deep smoke. He's trying to get tricky, but this is watched from all angles.
Or is it? He sneaks around the other side. It is being watched. But he still nearly gets the kill. 97 damage onto next. He will take his golden ticket out of that situation and survive.
That's a lot of information attempted to be gathered right there. The issue is it's still very early in the round and space is instantly recovered. In and out like a ghost here. Now Naz looking to activate.
I mean, you could try for the wall bangs there, even though it is a full MP9. The Eagle, though, from IVZ does deal the damage. Bomb is on max score here on 6 HP. But for Hoots, he does come through to save his teammate. BK. Oh!
Brutal.
Yeah, you could say that.
There's Somali. Does the trick right there. No complications for Dusty Roots in closing. And the same could be true in this half, despite all of the woes. There's multiple armorless pistol rounds that they put out and are successful on. And for ShindeN, you think what this half could have been. With those opportunities to capitalize on, this still could be a tied half here. Likely to be a tied half at this point. Unless we see another surprise from ShindeN on the eco. The forced buy.
Unwin.
Oh. It would just be
a bull,
there.
like a,
a little bit back and
like
forth.
like a cattle with horns. You know, that's unwin the bull.
Do this? Oh no, you can't. No,
yes,
you can't.
yes, they should. Come on,
That's
guys.
the bull.
Get
That's
it
the
together.
bull right there.
Get it together. Run through the smoke into 3 players. You can do it.
ShindeN are trying to raise up a little bit of the red flag right there. Let them charge after him, but the smokes, they do not entice Dusty Roots to charge forward. Not up against 5-7s. They're gonna wait that utility out and then re-trigger the execute with less utility and more resistant.
Because they're just afraid of the map control that was potentially taken by the pistol. That molly's no good, by the way. Doesn't really spread to the back of big box, so they might have to consider clearing that. Oh my god, no. This can't happen. Not again. Please, someone win something normal. Oh, Max Core's reloading in the corner. RZK has got the coverage. And
You can't.
our
really right?
Dusty Roots
You
are just going for
can't
the...
make it?
Okay. It's all
10
good.
seconds. He's not going to make it to B.
No, what? No way.
He's not gonna make it.
There's no way. No, he...
Oh.
It didn't matter. I think he
might have.
It might have had it by like half a second. Anyways, this is... It's 6-0, whatever the case. We're going to send this one to a halftime break. You know, the Counter-Strike has been completely normal, and all the ecos in the previous half were converted. And we are all sane people here in the server. Casters are fine. Game is fine. Players are good to go. It's 6-6 here in the opening round of the EPL qualifiers here in South America. Which Argentinian team is going to face off versus Legacy? We'll have to see. Next, backpedaling, gets that headshot. And Dusty Roots looking so good in the pistol rounds in this series. Currently about to be 5-6 if things stay the same, but Abiz has one to pull it back and a second kill from IVZ.
Oh, Bomb's going to commit in towards Donut, though, as everyone else is moving out. And this isn't a bad idea. I mean, you're going to see a fake being sold right now from IVZ as much as possible. But they've cut noise completely, and at least they've separated the defense in this deficit that they faced early. That could be pulled back.
Oh, and a shot from Naz like that. That's certainly going to get things started. IVZ tucks away into the corner, too, here in middle. And Tommy does not look like he's going to be clearing this as insta headshot. 18-8 for him. For the record. I mean, ShindeN wildly outfragging Dusty Roots, but somehow the scoreline is quite close. Oh, because Dusty Roots have gotten some rounds they shouldn't have. In either case, ShindeN are able to kind of fight back against the pistol round curse and get off to a good start in the most important half of this series.
Have to do so in a fashion in which they have to recover that round as well. Knock some kills back to get on track once more. Force Spy comes out from Dusty Roots. Let's go around. Some wallbang damage onto Naz. But the cave control's being attacked. Slowly but surely trying to gather some space here. Spam gets sent back in the way of Dusty Roots, and what seems to be a pretty decisive lean towards the B side taking place here.
Knife out. Jiggle peek there for BK1. Does spot a player at long. RZK. He's going to hunker down here in cave and just wasn't ready for the pop. Just caught out of position moving forward. Raguti, he drops the bomb. He's still close. 5-7 at lethal range. Next makes a play too, but it's a dink through the teammate. And no headshot out of Max Core's Deagle. Strangely though, Tommy Ed could make this happen. Bomb still needs to be scooped up. BK1 on low HP. Oh, but he won't go down. And the 5-7 can't be controlled.
So they escape the Force Spies. Get to play up against, well, more unarmored pistols, which maybe in the minds of ShindeN could be a little bit more scary even than the full force from what that first half provided. We know what not to say in rounds like these.
What, Cole?
I'm not saying it.
Oh, you didn't fall for my trick.
No.
Kids, they're too smart these days. Masters know how to use their powers.
Oh god.
No.
Maybe you should have said something.
on!
Oh my god, they all fall.
Stop!
Everyone's here. Oh, they're gonna get collapsed on. This is over. It's gotta be here. The turnaround attempted by IVZ and BK1.
Oh,
Things have spiraled.
I mean, turn it around, and he does with a headshot. He's gonna stop this, right? He's gonna put down the uprising. Not the third full eco that Dust2 Roots would win in this game. Full ecos. Now, we're not talking force buys. We are talking full ecos. This would be their third one. He's off to the A site. And the thing is, Dust2 Roots don't have kits, and they've got a pilgrimage to make. But both players are coming through middle, and they are going to collide with BK1. He's gonna tuck into the corner here. He's gonna swing him, and he's gonna get headshotted. Save me, Cole. The third full eco for Dust2 Roots.
We didn't say anything, so it's not on us. Maybe
We
enough
signed the
hinting in the
waiver.
air.
You can't sue us, guys. That one happened without our assistance.
Just natural struggles up against the force or the ecos, not even the force boys, as you said. Such a little invested deagles here and there, sure, but walking headfirst into the stack, ShindeN thought they had business handled until the full surprise of 5 players charged them down.
I'm
and
sorry
by that point, it's too late.
for damaging y'all's headphones at home. You know, I'm getting real loud out here because it's just breaking my brain. We've got a big turn around the corner too, Cole. I gotta save my voice. Man,
The chance if things continue like this again, it's just give it up for Series 1. The next couple days of what South America has to deliver. But ShindeN, no stranger to overcoming this adversity here.
I think
Ready
they
to
see
bounce
the
back.
shadow. Oh, but no headshot on that swing. So, how about versus the force buy? Oh! Please just hit the third one, and he does. But it won't be enough to win the round. Max releases 2. Can't afford to miss from here on out, and now he has to reload. And that just allows him to close in. No way. He hits the first, does not go back into cover, though, and Nacho quick trade. So ShindeN, despite losing to the full eco, immediately bounce back.
I mean, that's kind of a huge surprise right there. Again, the mental ability of ShindeN is not in question here. It's just about whether or not they can punish these ecos, these force buys at this point. Walking into traps here, walking into setups by Dust2 Roots that are just working perfectly. It's a good visual right now, and they're still playing fast and loose with it, but this time not running into a full stack here and a quick trade on the next, making sure he doesn't get a multi-kill. Things should be all good.
This one, perfectly fine. This one will not go anywhere. And normality has returned to Counter-Strike. We have returned back to Dimension E416, where Counter-Strike is played normally.
For now.
For now.
Never
Well,
know
maybe
when
a
we open up
portal
that
will
portal.
open up again, and we'll travel to another dimension where people win rounds they're not supposed to.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the specialties here of Dust2 Roots so far, is opening up that portal. Been so effective at winning challenging rounds. Well, IVZ taking a different approach here. Oh, and just flying above the crosshair. Tommy Jet, the one to land the kill off the back of some damage from Nex. That's a good way to counter the op.
Not just walking up, though. He has a good lurk. Here's the player jump spotting, but it's just bait. RZK was already in the close cubby. Tommy Ed also advancing. And, oh, he doesn't convert the kill. Naz does fall next, though. And RZK with a double off the Famas. Make it 3. Change my mind. And the biz done next. Dusty Roots. That's a nice little mid take into the full sight hold.
I think that's what a lot of this map comes down to right now is your ability to throw numbers at the problem. Here on Ancient, flying out towards middle like that is so important to be able to do here and there. Tommy Yed and Next taking full control in that last round. Nacho's not scared though. Been good on the aggro for this T side. Looking to replicate that success here with a little help, but the HE blows open the smoke and Naz is way overexposed.
Nacho, though, trying to make a lurk play. He kind of has to. He has to activate, buy space for his teammates. And he's done that. He's gotten himself into Donut. He needs to keep going, though. And Nate breaks through the smoke. Maxcore in a weird position. But he gets over to Temple. And, I mean, shoot, if I was ShindeN, I might even consider saving here. You have no map control right now. No smokes. I don't want to say what their win condition is, because it might actually come true. Just got to hit the shots here for Dusty Roots. And that's a dink. BK1 keeps hopping up, and he keeps taking these fights. Dusty Roots got to calm down.
I'm trying to walk to the more isolated site here, but now it's getting reinforced. Guti joining forces with RZK. Hoping that this lurk of Nacho can do something, but as you said, they just have to hit the shots. Maxcore, no stranger to that. No smokes for any sort of scaling on this B side either. No coverage for the bomb play. How do you get anything going here?
Don't think you do. Abyss trying to complete a 1v5. He's readjusted onto Tommy Head. We would have been talking. Well, instead, Dusty Roots up to 9. Eco gonna be forced out of ShindeN, and this game is gonna come down to the wire, Cole, in this Argentinian derby.
Yeah, close. Third map here already manufactured. Now what else can you get out of ShindeN on this T side? Looking like they're running a little bit out of ideas when it comes to how they open up these rounds. Dusty Roots consistently are finding opening duels here that work in their favor. And they're looking a lot stronger in how they close out these rounds as well. Nice deep. Oh, no, they don't challenge through the molly. They fall back instead, and there's nothing to fall back to. Your red room is also covered.
Yeah, I mean, they have the map control, but they can't really do anything with it. Unless there's an overface or a mistake from Dusty Roots who walk into territory that doesn't belong to them. Still scared of Red Room, though, and now leaving an unreinforced site. RZK about to be run down, does handle the Tech 9. But more players arrive on the site. A4 is a good weapon for the job, though. And for Guti, it's not missing much. Still 23 kills for IVZ. Oh, make it 24! No. It's not gonna happen, right? 1v2 for IVZ, 44 HP. Gotta make the op miss, though. And he won't. 10-all.
I'm trying every trick in the book to make that possible. Can't quite get it across the line. And we're all tied up. Dusty Roots. Locking horns here on Ancient. And equalizing the playing field here. And again, there's still that question of if ShindeN can find these opening duels that will favor them. The amount of utility that they put on display right there from the B side, trying to fight for denial of shelf control. They're pushed up in A main as well, so Dusty Roots are trying to constrict the map away from ShindeN. Once again, this has been their game plan throughout the CT side. It remains true as they want to claim a lead.
This This round looking like it'll turn into a slugfest. Little flashbangs here. And a max core op on the B site. Could potentially be devastating. And a missed molly in a cave. Oh my goodness. That could not come at a worse time. Where there's literally a 2-player cave setup. They charge forward. First kill's good. RZK doesn't need teammates. He gets both on his own. Now max score in some trouble as well. ShindeN will pivot towards middle. Next is inside of A main, however. So they'll get the site for free. Tamayed, though, providing incredible distraction. And he doesn't need teammates because he's got it all on his own.
Next has the easiest job you can imagine right there. Slide out, deny the bomb plant, close it out. Enough done from Tamayed and RZK, who's had a huge step up on this map here in map 3 to decide things. Being able to get those multis and force plan B out of ShindeN is unbelievably impressive. And now it could be Dust2 Round's reach in map point first. Series point, in fact. Never gave ShindeN a chance on Dust2, and they're not looking to do it here on Ancient either.
Now into the site they go. Tamayed. No, it's a 1G.
Oh. No.
This game-
BK1G.
This game's got everything, doesn't it?
Wow.
Minus $300. By the way, minus $300, by the way, so we can't buy full utility as well. It's crazy.
That's frustrating right there. Rocks with the Galil instead. ShindeN, they could be seeing their days in this qualifier end early. Despite the opening map looking so successful. Running a little bit out of ideas on this T side. They're going to try and end it or keep things alive on an A execution. But guess whose op is ready to go? Covering a deep line.
Max score. Oh, shadow seen. But needs to dodge a couple flashbangs and does, but misses. Gets it on the second chance, though. Max score is going to step forward for another fight and be punished quickly. Tamayed inside of Donut right now. And we'll get both! There's no way!
What?
He full 180s! And Naz gets nothing! Tamayed with the last headshot! And Dust2 Round crush a ShindeN on the defense. 13-10. And send them out of the EPL qualifier. It'll be Dust2 Round to fight versus Legacy.
That's unbelievable. What a